Right, we're currently 24 hours on from Ubb winning their first ever Champions Cup. Joe Worsley right there is very happy about that, in fact. Currently at the Brive training ground where he is a coach trying to mastermind his team's return to the top 14. But his old team, Bordeaux, managed to come away with the silverware. We're going to break down the game. Joe's got some tactical thoughts. But before any of that, I want to get your... You were in Bordeaux yesterday, right, Joe?
Yeah, I went back a bit last minute. A few friends called. They wanted to watch a match in my old local bar. So I went back, met up with my friends and watched an amazing game. I'm so happy I did because the town was alive. Before the game, loads of excitement. During the game, obviously silence and a lot of cheering when Ubb scored. And at the end, I've not actually been in a city where everyone's gone mental like that before. It was really cool. Everyone driving around with their horns, flags out. Traffic jams, 20,000 people in the centre watching the game were filing out with fireworks, and it was a fantastic moment. Really glad I went.
And it's really cool to see the scenes today as well with the Bordeaux team arriving back in town, the bus ride through with thousands of people on each side of the street, the square again, packed, and it looks like the boys have had a big night.
Yeah, who could blame them? What an amazing last few years they've had, and finally they got over the line with a final win. And I just think they would have had a big one last night, that's for sure.
What I mean, we can get into the actual tactics of a game, and everyone watched it, but there's some things that only people that are in that situation and have been there know what it's like, and you are one of them. So what happens after a game? Is there like after test matches? Is there a formal dinner with the opposition or anything like that? Or
No. Test matches. Yeah, you used to have one after every match, but towards the end of my England career, it was maybe one time. There's a big Six Nations dinner. We all went to it, black tie, etc. Now, after most professional games, World Cups, there's nothing. You just bat on, carry on. And after most games, it's the same. So you got to do the media, get that out of the way. Then you get out the stadium, and either you fly home or you celebrate in Cardiff, then fly home. After the match, can feel a little bit anticlimactic at times, to be honest. So you have to wait around a while for everyone to do the media or the checks or the drug checks. And then once you do get to go out together, that's when it sinks in. You have a good chat with your mates and a few beers, and it's good. That's a special moment right there when you really appreciate what you've done with the guys.
How many days did the party last when Wasps when you won either one of your Champions Cup titles?
Unfortunately, then the league final was a week later.
Oh,
so we had to wind our necks in. I remember. Oh, hang on, what's going on here?
No, it's fine. The lights have gone off in the Brive training ground. Tell you what, leave the microphone there and just walk up the corridor and back. I'll hold the phone, Joe. It's fine,
mate. The power
mate.
bill must not have been paid. What's going on?
Oh, we've lost internet as well. No. There he is, as if by magic. By the way, Joe, I love the fact that sign behind you. I mean, that looks great there. The Brive badge, the stash is great, but musculation in the background. We know what goes on back there.
You don't want to know.
So you were saying about the final being the following week.
Yeah, the final was the following week. So I remember European Cup final, that first one, that amazing one against Toulouse, the whole tournament being incredible. I was so knackered. I think it was like a 33 tackle game. Issa Tolamaka, I had given a job to smash him, 130 kg powerhouse. So I'll be honest, after the game, I went to the post-match function, stayed for about 5 minutes, then went to bed. I was hanging. I was very aware we had a final against it was Bath. A week later, so I knew I needed to get myself in shape after that one because my body was a bit wrecked.
Well, I don't think...
the week later was epic. The week later, the best fancy dress you could ever imagine in Chelsea somewhere. It was an epic.
What did you go as?
It was kind of a superheroes theme, and I actually created a special superhero called Melon Man because of the size of my head. My nickname has been Melon Head since a young age. So I created a Melon Man outfit in the week before. A bit of home embroidery, a pretty wicked M-shaped mask and cape.
Love
and
it.
Everything. It was cool. And melon shoes as well. Like melon shoes, like clogs, but made of melon.
Right, I'll pick your brains for all of the stuff off the pitch. Let's dig into the stuff on the pitch then. And you've got some clips prepared which kind of highlight where the game was won and lost and what happened. So let me get this one up for you, so you can have a look at what's going on. Talk us through this, Joe. You tell me when to go.
Honestly, that Northampton try they scored off the kickoff, which was a poor kickoff for Bordeaux. I thought Northampton looked really good for that few minutes, but after that, after 10, 15 minutes, I thought this is going to go Bordeaux's way. Really, really going to go Bordeaux's way. So if you hit play, we'll talk about why that happened. So Luku, man of the match. One of the reasons was his territory game. His kicking was incredible during the game. Kicks like that, simple kickoff, too long by Northampton, and bang, you're paying for it and you're defending. Well, you got a launch play in your own half. And again, every opportunity he got, his kick length was phenomenal. Look at that one. It's just a ridiculous kick to the opposition 22. Such good territory play results in territory for your team and lots of 22 entries. Bordeaux dominated in terms of penalty shots and 22 entries. I think it's 12 versus 5. 12 versus 5. We talked about it. Leinster made 20. Northampton managed to defend. But this Bordeaux team's so competitive and difficult to play against. You see there, Luku, the competitiveness, smashing that player out in touch, knocking the guy out of the way, then Bordeaux playing quickly out the back. So territory was good. 22 inches was good. Every opportunity they got, they knocking pressure onto the opposition, forcing errors like we see here. Okay, and they got that X factor. Yep, they mess up their launch, but then players like Jalibert can just pull a rabbit out of a hat. And he does. Sets up Coleman for the try. Pretty incredible moments from the Bordeaux team. Special moments like Bielberry, Penno can do. But it's not just those special X-factor moments. It's those physicality moments. And behind it, forcing Northampton to make errors. That's what won them the game as well. Great tackle. Gazzoli gets back on his feet. Look at his body shape. Taking Coleman out of the way. Mofana joins in, counter-rucks. And again, this counter-ruck is what created the try opportunity behind it. So these are kind of key moments in rugby. Rugby's a messy game. Northampton attacking, loads of a system. Then boom, counter-ruck. Northampton don't get the defensive shape back in line. And then any team would have a shot at this. But Bordeaux, when they attacked the edge with the speed they got and the players they got, the offloading ability, their ability to play in the chaos, they're a team you don't want to give these opportunities to. So that physicality created opportunities for the Bordeaux team, which they leapt on with their physical players, dominating collisions, moving forward always. And we'll fast forward it and cut to the crack at the end of this one. But then after a Tammafafina carry, we see them finally getting the ball over the line and scoring a great try.
Yeah, it was special. Just there's a couple of things I came away thinking. Firstly, I thought Northampton Saints were heroic. You talked in the build-up about those 22 entries from Leinster and how dogged Northampton's defence was to keep them out. They kept them to 8 points in the second half, which, bearing in mind the amount of pressure that was coming on, another day, and it could have been one of those games. And we've seen Bordeaux do this where they're out of sight.
Their character looks incredible. A lot of them growing up together. The character and the team bonds you can see are huge. And they were fighting and fighting and fighting. But that second half, whilst they were disallowed that try with the peel-off, where they held Ben Tammafina, also you got to think about Ubb. They actually, I think 2 mauls were messed up, or you can say well defended, but they're a little bit lucky not to concede a try there as well.
Yeah. But that we never saw Finn Smith doing what he can do, and against France for England, it was Jalibert in that game looked a bit bereft, and it was sort of role reversed in this one, and a big part of that was just the physical presence that Bordeaux had. I thought those 2 second rows were just massive, smashing rucks and smashing people.
Yeah, Cyril Cazzo scoring that end try as well. It was a great moment for him. I coached him when he was there as a youngster. He's just come on, and he's just, they call him a poutre, the beam player, just running around, smashing things, mauling, scrummaging, taking up some hard yards. Him and Coleman just did that so well during the game. Gave him that physical edge, which we saw against Toulouse the year before in the final where they got stuffed. That wasn't there. It was there. They had a physical edge against Northampton, which, as we saw from those clips, you saw what that creates behind it. It creates a lot of opportunities. Yes, that X factor will score you tries. Jalibert pulled a rabbit out of a hat with that try set up for Coleman. But the physicality at the end of the day and that territory battle is what won the game for Bordeaux.
They will want the top 14, obviously, but how difficult is that psychologically, having got to where they've got to reset and go again?
French clubs value Europe hugely. Don't get me wrong. But the one caveat I'll say on this is if they've not won the top 14 yet, that is the thing. The Brennus is the thing they want to have more. So as soon as they got one, then they turn to Europe and they regard it on an equal level. But until they get that Brennus, they're not going to be happy. And I think Bordeaux are going to be in the same situation. The way the fixtures fall, they're going to get a week off next week. They have Van at home. They just get a point there. They're fine. They qualify second. They get another week off and go straight to the semi-finals. So they got time now. They got time in which... Sorry, what is... I really picked a bad place. I really picked a bad place to sit down.
Well, it's an entertaining place to sit down. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. They picked they've got a week off, so there's a good role in that. It's not like they're playing week after week after week. They're going to have a week off, play Van, another week off, play a semi-final, final. So it's not too much to get your head around. You saw Luca on crutches celebrating. So without him, I think it would be a far, far more difficult proposition. But hopefully he'll be fit. Hopefully it's just a precautionary keeping the weight off us.
Yeah, let's hope so. Like if it does come to a top 14 final and it's Stade Toulousain against Union Bordeaux-Bègles, and having no Dupont or Luku would be such a shame for the competition. But a lot still to play for, like you say, and we'll have a build up towards the top 14 final couple of weekends of the season, regular season, coming on the channel very soon. But more importantly, we will also have live Pro D2 semi-final rugby. And Joe, why don't we take a quick break and we'll chat about that. That'll be coming in another video on the channel. So make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the live rugby and the build up to it, which we'll be doing on the next video.